No combinations, no buildup, no warning. Just one punch, and the fights are as good as over. This is what happens when opponents are destroyed by one-punch knockouts. Isaac Hardman and Bo Hardis faced each other for a middleweight boxing match.
Of the week, you get the...
Both launched powerful shots to each other's skulls, but what was about to come next wasn't in the books.
Scored over the top, and there's plenty on that. Bang! Now he chases, and there's a...
Hardman tried to play a hit-and-run game, landing and then stepping back, but Hardis launched bombs that couldn't be dodged.
In this corner is not a good spot for him. Turning a left is...
And then a crushing right hand folded Hardman in half, and he fell on the floor unconscious.
Oh, that's too big! Oh, that is massive! It is an enormous shot. Has been...
Jesus Gonzalez came in looking like he was there to party. The fight was supposed to last 12 rounds, and the buildup was intense, but the result was far from expectations. Gonzalez targeted the body and tried to chop this giant before him. But Stevenson stopped playing games and launched a vicious left hand that instantly turned Gonzalez into a corpse. Now here's a devastating knockout in the heavyweight division. Both fighters came in looking like they had eaten cotton candy for breakfast. Dubois kept putting the pressure on this multicolored hair fool and rocked him hard.
Shots right on the end of it, or everything that Daniel throws. That's nice left hook. I suppose that's a success of its own.
He dropped Fujimoto in the second round, but he recovered.
Because he hasn't got
He's put him down with a jab.
And then the unthinkable happened. Dubois detonated a nuclear strike that obliterated this clown.
Oh, not that time though. Good night. Kayataro is getting up. This stage leaning against a stool. There he is. Exciting, no question about it.
Ryan Garcia may have a loud mouth when it comes to trash talking, but he certainly held his word against Fonseca. Fonseca came in with a record that speaks for itself, 19 KOs on his resume, but he didn't expect this. Both fighters tested each other in the first few seconds.
Room for greatness, and the stage that likes to start off early with that challenge. He's moving up to face a top fighter here. Whoa.
But then Garcia launched a crushing left hand that made this fool sleep on the canvas like a corpse. And the fight was over in just one punch.
Oh, and a left hand! Sits Fonseca down! Flat on his back! It's over! There, he's done it again! Didn't even bother counting Sergio.
Well, normally when a fighter, perhaps a reincarnation of what he once was, the Golden Boy has another.
Boxing legend Chris Eubank shocked the world with his power when he destroyed his opponent in a single blow.
He usually does.
The fight started off slow as both boxers tried to gauge each other's strengths.
Superb physical and mental.
I think that was, and those thoughts must be put behind them.
Eubank used a hit-and-run approach, landing clean shots and then stepping away.
It's on television. And we saw against Sugar Boy Malinga.
Yeah. Good right hand. Certainly more vicious.
Good right-left combination.
Not jabbing.
But then he found an opening and cracked open his opponent like a coconut. And Jarvis didn't even know what hit him.
Eubanks is just waiting. Oh, what about that? Oh, that is the 100 over him. Oh, what a right hand.
That's it. Oliver was a piece of a shot. Right.
Virgil Ortiz is well known for his one-punch knockout power, but no one saw this ending coming.
He's got to go through an old friend in Thomas Delorme.
Delorme maintained his distance and fired some solid counters.
Early, in order for him to start backing up. Ortiz.
But then Ortiz landed a cracking hand to the body and battered this potato in an instant. Delorme couldn't continue the fight, and the victory landed in Ortiz's corner.
He's out of range, so that's
Good shot to the body, and Thomas Delorme rolling around in a heap.
He is not getting up.
And you punch, he knew exactly what he hit him with.
Now this one barely qualified as a fight. Badu Jack stepped up to face the steroid-using Hani Atio in their boxing match. Badu stalked his opponent, and before he faced any real competition, he detonated a bomb straight through Atio's skull. And Atio landed back first on the canvas like a chopped tree. He never saw this one coming.
Already.
That was quick, very quick.
Have we got the knockout?
Is he going to get up?
Within the first 30 seconds
Oh
of
my
round number
God!
one. And he's called it.
That's a world record.
And welcome once again to Abu Dhabi Unity Boxing event.
Rod Salka didn't expect this ending on his resume. Well known for his rock-hard punches, Danny Garcia didn't hold back in his fight against Salka. What started as a technical boxing match turned into an execution really soon.
Fue una sorpresa también. Ahí va el primero.
Garcia hit Salka with the same combination multiple times.
Por poco va la zona, muñeco al suelo. 9. Se levantó con lo justo. En cuanto Dani tiró fue Rosalca. Otra vez, muñeco al suelo, segunda caída. Cuentas de 9 segundos. Puede seguir.
And when he used the same technique thrice, Salka hit the floor like a dead log.
Esto se va a terminar. Tercera caída. Tiraron la toalla y estaba ya invicto. Ahora se eleva 29 victorias.
Both fighters looked slightly malnourished before the fight, but there was a hidden energy in one of them. Christian Baez was much older than Torres, but he was putting up a good fight. Both fighters fought like they were in their 90s.
This reminded him of a young Diego Short, hooks and crosses.
Relationship, I have so much admiration for him while he was being introduced. The only thing missing.
Right. Oh! Torres left hook! Whoa! Shoots the call here in the second. Yeah, Torres.
And after eating a solid shot from Torres, Baez fell to the floor and started arguing that it wasn't a knockdown.
Learning what they got left in the tank. Torres. Yes. Pop it on there. Ruben Torres. That's a knockdown.
Well, Torres made it permanent by dropping him with a controversial shot.
He thought he tripped, but he was. Oh! Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Ruben! And then Torres, get you the replay.
These next boxers look like they just emptied the fridge before coming to fight each other. They started the fight, and it seemed like two grandmas were fighting over their bingo tournament.
Итак, дорогие друзья,
Находиться все время под угрозой удара.
да, начинается.
Все верно делает американец.
But when things got serious, Gassiev launched a crushing right hand that floored the giant before him, and the fight was over after just one punch.
Правильно, наверное, никуда не торопится. А вот и правый сбоку ищет капо. Это все, да. Это был...
In February of 2019, Romero Duno faced Kuldeep Danda in an epic boxing match.
Touch glove, good luck, and have a good fight.
Both fighters launched bombs at each other's skulls, trying to prove who would be the best.
Kailan siyang player. Maganda yung
Tawag natin sa mga fighters na yan. This bro.
Duno dropped Danda earlier on and thought the fight was over.
kept on reminding us, press.
But Danda didn't have enough and got up for more punishment.
Is ready to resume action because that was a big one landed by Duno. Romero, all right this time, wobbly legs. Duno going in.
And then Duno launched a nuclear strike that restructured his opponent's face.
Might just go for broke. Oh, what a massive knockout punch! No need for a count. Kuldeep Danda is put to sleep by.
That was ruthless.
This next battle barely qualified as a fight, and it was more about a competition of who could sleep faster than the other. White tried to launch a crushing blow, but Garcia landed a clean, skull-crushing shot that landed him straight in his grave.
Big short dog should apply more pressure.
And just like that, a sharp left hand. Wow. Garcia on his back, and it is over.
The audience didn't expect that, and everyone was confused by the result.
That was the shotgun. Remember, he was talking about the bazooka. He did. That was out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. I'll say it was.
If you're a fan of one-punch knockouts, then you would certainly love this one. The fight started as if it would be a 12-round competition. Instead, it turned into one of the shortest knockouts ever. Castillo's body froze right in place, and he started vibrating like a fish out of water.
Castillo flat on his back. He is out. It is over. His body is no longer working.
You will not see a better counter right hand thrown in a long time.
Alan Green came in looking like an executioner with a death glare on his face. Green launched some face attacks earlier on and landed clean, and then Green dropped his opponent on the floor without much effort.
It's a superstar.
Massive right hand, Kessler's in trouble, and already he's tumbled over. Kessler seems okay now.
Kessler got up and tried to make a comeback. Both men exchanged heavy blows, like they were depositing interest in their bank accounts.
Soft shoe shuffle to inject some energy. With broken fingers.
Sometimes you can't stay at that level forever, but
fight is well back into
about Green slightly power more equal. The power shoots you on the back foot. To be fair, Alex, you just got caught with a good shot.
Oh, big left hook again, and Green's in all sorts of bother here.
In the end, Kessler launched a nuclear missile straight through Green's skull, which dropped him hard.
Massive left hook. I don't think he's going to get up. Ian John Lewis counts him out already. Kessler with a one-punch finish in the fourth. Wild celebrations from Kessler. Well,
Sabri Sadiri came in hot and heavy and tried to smother his opponent with his blinding speed. Sadiri kept on launching strikes, trying to break his opponent's guard. He was successful to some extent, as he dropped Maxwell on the floor early.
As an amateur to get to the final of the... Oh my goodness! I'm good enough to find a punch like that.
A little bit of rest.
Well, a dramatic opening, and he's looking to take Maxwell out here. Oh, he's got him again. Right hand this time. Great shot, right hand this time. And how...
He doesn't load up, does he? The Frenchman.
He doesn't. No, terrific shot.
Left to go to the top. There again.
But the 10th round was where the magic truly happened. Sadiri became an overconfident fool and ate a punch straight in his face. Maxwell humiliated him with just a one-punch knockout.
And a face which tells a story. Oh, great shot from Maxwell. Well, where did that come from? I can hardly believe what a amazing turnaround. He gets to his feet and he stopped it. He stopped it.
And probably for you losing the fight by a big margin, but literally. But you know what, John?
Roy Jones was an absolute force in boxing. His opponent was Montel Griffin. Both fighters met before, but their first fight was somewhat controversial. But Roy Jones wasn't going to let the insult slide. The rematch would be different. Montel came in confident, like his father owned the arena, but Roy came in prepared for an execution.
Griffin was simply more trash than Roy Jones, compactor. Roy Jones is a...
As soon as the fight began, Roy Jones pounced on his opponent like he was barbecue at a buffet, and then Roy launched a missile that Montel ate on his face.
Let me tell you, that first left hook hurt Griffin.
Calls it a knockdown, saying that only the rope kept Griffin up.
Jones kept on putting the pressure on Montel that caused his opponent to break, and he started rolling on the floor like a toddler.
Benefiting by it. Whoa, what a left hook. What a left hook.
Second knockdown of the round.
That was a leaping left hook, and Griffin may not survive it.
He's got time. And that's that.
unification via a first-round knockout.
Naoya Inoue versus Juan Carlos Payano, October 7th, 2018.
最大最強トーナメント貿易力を誇ります山中慎介さん。
まず直江は多分パンチを受けた時にやばいと思う。
In just 70 seconds, Inoue turned what was supposed to be a tough test into a highlight reel moment against Payano, a former world champ who'd never been dropped. Inoue stayed calm, took a couple feelers, then unleashed a straight left followed by a sickening right hand that sent Payano crashing to the canvas, flat on his back. Man, the timing on that punch was unreal. One clean sequence, and fight over. That's not just power, that's precision. Yoenis Tellez versus Levan Navarro, December 15th, 2023. It was supposed to be a test, 10 full rounds against a fellow Cuban with more experience. But that finish? That was something else. Tellez dropped Navarro in the third and outboxed him for most of the night, but just when it looked like he'd cruised to a decision, he uncorked a savage left hook in the final round that left Navarro out cold. No count needed. That punch didn't just end the fight, it might have stamped Tellez's name on Knockout of the Year at just 23. Romero Duno versus Kuldeep Danda, February 9th, 2019.
Fighter from India is an enigma para sa kanya. Guys, making sure na
Danda, he did not travel all the way to the Philippines to get fed to the Lions.
A lightweight Filipino boxer na flat.
This one was over before it even had a chance to build tension. After dropping Danda in the first with a right hand,
He kept on reminding us press.
Big hook coming from
Duno didn't rush, just stalked patiently.
Duno going in for the kill. Ruthless.
Especially for someone who's fighting in a stacked division.
Then came the second round, and he detonated a shot that shut everything down.
From fight first, bibigay na ito, susuko na ito.
Might just go for broke. Oh, what a massive knockout!
Danda collapsed, completely unconscious.
No need for a kill. Kuldeep Danda is put to sleep by Ruthless Romero Duno.
No need for a count, no wild celebration either. Duno just stood there, concerned, as medics rushed in.
Our medical staff more opportunities, a lot of time to help him out.
And Duno, instead of
A terrifying knockout, and one hell of a reminder of what Duno can do when he lands clean. Lucas Body versus Ashton Silve, July 20th, 2024.
Taking notes. Ashton is throwing a jab.
I think we're going to learn a lot.
I recognized Real at the time, and I say, you know, little homie, these yours. I gave it to him, so.
Ashton H2O. Silve looked untouchable through 5 rounds, controlling the pace.
See to fall into the energy of the fight prior. These guys threw 400.
I was 10 years younger than him, so he feels it's always made me want to fight even harder.
Landing clean shots and showing why he was the favorite.
Round 3. Comes out by Silve to slip that right hand and then got caught with an uppercut.
Hit the target more often.
Lucas Prince's body stayed patient, taking damage but never losing focus.
Chance momentarily there.
Step it up and start throwing some body shots. And he's really not.
Right, so.
Then in round 6, out of nowhere, Body landed a perfect right hand followed by a crushing left hook that dropped Silve.
Good right from Body.
A shocking finish, and Body stayed undefeated with one of the most unexpected knockouts in recent memory. Jai Opetaia versus Ellis Zorro, December 23rd, 2023.
The latest step here then against the Londoner Ellis Zorro. Still, plenty of intention, plenty of ambition.
Zorro had never been knocked out until he met Opetaia under the bright lights of the Day of Reckoning card in Saudi Arabia.
Miss a shot, come back with counters. He has to be very careful that he doesn't lean back in.
The undefeated Opetaia was brought in as a test, but it turned into a brutal showcase.
An added dimension of difficulty for Zorro. He's never been up against a southpaw.
Early in the first round, you could already feel something was coming. Zorro kept dropping his right hand.
Side of the left foot of Zorro.
I like where he's positioning himself, though. Head movement, always moving. Brilliant variation with that left hand. You see him there, come wide with the shot.
And damn, Aptaya read it like a book. Then a single left hook detonated on Zorro's chin and sent him crashing to the canvas. His head bouncing off the ropes like a rag doll. Kiko Martinez versus Kid Galahad, November 13th, 2021.
Two much greater achievements. But first off, the defense of the title against 35-year-old Kiko Martinez.
Stylistically, will it be the bull versus the matador? Martinez has to try and get close to
For 5 rounds, Galahad was in total control.
that. Plenty of time this evening against an aging fighter, yes, but still a dangerous fighter.
Tone with solid shots in the first half of the opening round of the contest.
So smart with his boxing, picking the shots really, really well. Good short right hand to the body.
Slick, sharp, and barely getting touched.
Martinez all the time having to really work for those openings, and as you say, they're a mental.
Then out of nowhere, Martinez landed a looping right hand at the end of round 5 that sent Galahad crashing down.
Oh, and a big overhand right from Kiko Martinez. Dramatic comeback here. All 4 previous rounds that got in the way of Kiko.
And if that wasn't shocking enough, Martinez opened the 6th with the exact same punch, and this time, Galahad didn't beat the count.
A highlight reel right hand, and another one. And this time, it is all over.
2 right hands turned a one-sided fight into one of the most jaw-dropping upsets in recent memory.
It was an overwhelming odds-on favorite to win.
Kazuki Nakajima vs. Driki Tatsuyoshi, December 12th, 2024. Nakajima, defending his OPBF Super Bantamweight title, faced the undefeated Tatsuyoshi, but the hype didn't last long. Nakajima stayed composed, picked his shots, and then uncorked a savage overhand left in round 2 that completely shut the lights off. Driki was flat on the canvas, and Nakajima didn't even need a follow-up. Nakajima had possibly dropped one of the year's nastiest knockouts. Zhilei Zhang versus Deontay Wilder, June 1st, 2024.
70-pound difference. There's a right hand from Wilder. Well, Zhang throws the
Wilder walked into the ring in Saudi Arabia knowing it might be his last stand, and Zhang made sure it was.
There he goes. Oh, that may have hurt Wilder. I think an uppercut landed.
To the body more, I think Wilder.
The 282-pound Chinese southpaw patiently stalked Wilder for 5 rounds.
Trying to come up and see tight there, Wilder.
He's setting it up with the jab, and then where's the right hand? Let's look at the CompuBox.
Wearing him down with his sheer size and calculated pressure.
And a left from Zhang. Just maybe trying to motivate himself, get himself fired up.
I wouldn't overthink the technical side of it. Just let your shot.
Wilder had his flashes. One clean right hand in round 5 even sparked a bit of hope, but Zhang didn't blink.
Alive, and he snapped another right hand. And all of a sudden, Wilder.
Moments later, he landed a lead right that spun Wilder around, then detonated a second shot that dropped him hard.
He comes, and down goes